Hello and welcome back. This is the Nights in a Nightmare Let's Play, Video 3, covering Scene 1, Round 4. Right now it's time for more monster slots so we can set up for the next round. If you turn your attention to the top screen, take a look at the monster matrix's first row at the bottom. Do you see that green bar that's only about half full that's flashing? Well, if you remember, at the end of the last video, I kind of chuckled at that blob. It looked like I had taken about half his health, but what really happened was he split himself in half and took a HP penalty for doing that. Well, that's now his health bar. He is half dead, without me lifting a finger, really. If I were intent on killing him, he'd be a prime candidate. I could stop the monster slots when that's lit up and drag his ass back into the battle, and he'd be an easy kill. Luckily for Mr. Blob, though, fate smiles on him today. I don't want him because I'm going to be doing some other things during the round, and I don't want to accidentally kill him because then that would end the round prematurely. So in the event that I land a blow and I hit a monster, which I don't mean to, I want that monster to have a chance to survive. So I'll definitely be ignoring that and trying to avoid dragging that guy back in. So his stupidity saved his life. Good job. Alright, if you turn your attention back to the bottom screen, the monsters are scrolling past, and if you notice, some of them are flashing white. What that's indicating to me is if I select those monsters, they will, upon their death, end the round, because they'll fulfill the condition of giving me a full row on the top in the monster matrix. So, I would really prefer to avoid that for now, but it looks like pretty slim pickings. I see that there's a ghost, a red ghost that I can grab, so you... Alright, my first encounter with this guy, and if I kill him, if you look at the top screen, he's locked in place now, that red bar, and killing him and getting a kill marker in that slot will not give me a full row or a full diagonal or anything like that, so I won't end the round by killing him. Unfortunately, back to the bottom screen, I don't have an option with the green monsters. Anyone I pick will end the round. So, the only choice I really have is to try and not get that guy that's only half full. So, I guess I'll grab you. Alright. And here we are once again at the preparation screen. Once again, I'm going to mute my DS, and I'll actually do it this time instead of lying to you guys like I did last time. Today the music will be Bayou Boogie from Donkey Kong Country 2 by David Wise, a personal favorite of mine. Before we get started, though, let's do some housekeeping. First things first, I want to show you guys this before I forget again. If I'm on the preparation screen and if I hold L or R, what it'll do is take away all the stuff and just kind of give me a portrait of the area I'm working in. This isn't really extremely useful. It does help in certain stages when it's hard to tell what the elevation is, but it's really a nice little treat. I love the colors they use. I love the artwork. It has, for me, kind of a, I guess I'd say a stained glass aesthetic, which I really like. I find it refreshing. Anyway, just, stop and smell the roses. Alright, back to work, though. Moving on. Another thing that I haven't made very clear in the past few videos, Johan, my warrior, just to make sure we're all on the same page, he's dead. He was a knight of the kingdom. I think he was 11th Order, and he died in the line of duty. His death is related to the big disaster that happened. We don't really know why or how it happened yet. We do know that he died in this vicinity, and right now I guess he's kind of an aimless spirit. As the Wisp, I can direct him in battle, but he won't join permanently unless I do something. And I can only recruit him on this stage. If I fail, I move on to the next stage and Johan stays behind, and that's my one chance to get him, and I missed him. So, how do I get him to join? Well, if we touch the stylus to him, just like the last times, he fills in and he demonstrates his attack range. But look, there's a yellow banner, and it says, a key item may make them join. So a key item, huh? Alright, where do I get those? Well, let's check our inventory. So I'll go ahead and tap one of the inventory slots, which are these boxes on the right hand side. And now we're sorted in the table. I'm going to go to the list. If you notice, we have some new items in our inventory now. We have some weapons that we got from the past battles. I think I pointed out the Chaos Axe at one point. That's great. But if we keep looking, there's a highlighted item, a knitted scarf, it looks like. If we touch the stylus to it, it tells us from the top screen, Johan may have a connection to this. Alright, so this apparently has some kind of sentimental value to Johan. So let's equip it. So I'll go ahead and touch it and put it in that equipment slot. So now it's in my inventory for this round. This scarf is considered a key item. If I hold it down, Johan lights up. Yep, he has a connection to this as a key item. So key items are used to recruit the knights. The big question now is, where'd that scarf come from? How'd I get it? And this is an extremely important facet of the game. This is item acquisition. What I'm going to talk about is going to dictate priorities in the coming battles. So, I have received the new weapons by killing enemies. For example, that Chaos Axe. Yep, I killed some dude. I don't remember who he was, but he dropped a Chaos Axe. But you don't get key items from enemies. If you notice, there are some objects on the field. We have a treasure box and some candelabras. If I touch the stylus to this treasure box, it says, open to obtain a key item. And if I touch this candelabra, it says, break to find a key item. Alright, that's good to know. If I touch this candelabra, it says, break to find a weapon. And same with this one, break to find a weapon. So these two don't have any key items, they have weapons. So they're not mandatory to get. Every key item in the game shows up in one stage only. So the knitted scarf shows up in this stage only, and for that matter, Johan himself only shows up in this stage unless I recruit him. So this stage is the one chance I have to get that knitted scarf to him and give it to him. If I don't, then the game moves on. The game does provide knights. To be honest, knights are a dime a dozen in this game, but Johan's going to be our dude, so I really need to make sure I recruit him. That doesn't explain why I have the scarf now, though. Well, way back in round 1, there are actually 2 more candelabras in these spots here. They ended up getting completely destroyed, and I'll explain why. These 2 that are here now are respawns. So, do you remember in the first round there was a ghost, and in fact, there's a ghost in the same spot right now. And I made the big to-do about, oh, how do I get him? How do I get him? Oh, I know, Chaos Phase. I didn't point this out at the time, but when I attacked that ghost, the candelabras got caught in the crossfire, and they got broken. If you go back to the first video, you can see it, but you can also just take my word for it. When I killed the ghosts and blobs in that round, after the attacks land, I would say, grab the treats. Well, the treats I was talking about include gems, which, as we know, restore my magic points. It also included weapons, which came from the defeated enemies, but finally it also included that knitted scarf. The knitted scarf came out of one of those original candelabras. So, I have to beat up the objects on the screen to get the key items out of them. What essentially happened was, I swung at the enemies, those candelabras were in the line of fire, they took damage. They were damaged to the point that they released their key items. So they released a knitted scarf, and they also released a letter opener, which is a different key item that I have. After the attack finished, the enemies died, and they let out their own treats, so the gems and the weapons, and I just grabbed everything at once. And that is why I have that knitted scarf in my possession. Now, since this stage is my one chance to recruit Johan, I need to make sure that I do that now before I finish. And since I've secured that knitted scarf, all I need to do now is give it to him during the round. However, there is still a treasure box and a candelabra on the field, and they have key items. I need to make a point to get those key items before the stage ends, or else they're lost forever. Remember, I need key items to recruit knights, so you can see how this needs to take priority over the enemies. In future videos, yes, I will be putting priority on getting key items before killing the enemies. And in some stages, this is an enormous pain in the ass. So, when the round begins, my top priority is to give Johan that knitted scarf. And after that, I'm going to be swinging for the treasure box and the candelabras. I'll be trying to not kill the enemies because now we're getting close to fulfilling the requirements and finishing the stage, which I don't want to do until after I've gotten those items. Once I get those key items, the enemies are fair game. So they'll have a few minutes, I suppose, to get their affairs in order or notify their next of kin. Or they could spend their last few minutes attacking me like douchebags. I guess we'll see. Alright, I'm going to be using Chaos Phase in this round because I need to be able to reach the candelabra and the treasure box. And that's how I'll do it. So I don't need Slasher anymore, do I? Let's get rid of him. Table, remove, go away Slasher, and then sort by ice, because that was the frozen axe that I want. In you go. Alright, Johann lights up. Yep, I'll use it. So this is the guy I want. Alright, I think we're good to go. So my priorities are give Johann his scarf, then bust this candelabra and the treasure box, and finally kill the enemies. And then that will finally end this round. Or excuse me, end the scene, I should say. Alright. Same conditions as ever. Fill one line of kill markers, and I'm now on turn 4 of 6, so I could afford to not kill any enemies this time, and it wouldn't matter. I still have 2 more rounds to try, but I think we'll be done after this one. Alright, let's do it. Alright, here I go. If you notice on the bottom screen, there's one enemy highlighted, and it says final on him. Yep, that's the green blob that if I kill, it'll end the round. And as I mentioned several times, I don't want to do that quite yet. So, here comes bubble, dang. Alright, I have yet one more thing to talk about, and that is pause talk. So, if I hover over Johann and I pause the game, I get a glimpse of his inner thoughts. One thing I want to clarify, this is not a conversation. Johann is not telling me this. This is just something that's going through his head right now. The Wisp has the ability to, I guess, eavesdrop on that, which is a little intrusive and kind of scummy, but what are you going to do? On this subject, I think it's kind of interesting. There's a degree of how aware the knights are of their situation that I think is debatable, but that's probably a conversation for a different time. What's important right now is that I can learn from the pause talk. Knights sometimes reveal if they have a personal connection with another knight, which will prove useful later. Other than that, the pause talk also gives you a little flavor on the knight. It helps keep them from being anonymous fighters, and it helps give the atmosphere of the game. There are quite a few snippets that you get from talking to the same knight over and over again. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, though. I will try to talk to each knight at least once, though. Well, wait, I'm sorry. Scratch that. I'm not talking to them. I'm listening in on their inner monologue. I'll unpause. And the monsters themselves have their own talk as well. So Mr. Ghost is saying, "So cold." And the Blob is saying, "Blue." Just riveting stuff, Mr. Blob. Thank you. Alright, let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna dodge this stuff, and Mr. Blob's split in half like an idiot, and so now his health is only at half because he's split in half. I hope it was worth it. I'm gonna charge up Johann. Oh, excuse me. Whoa, I almost forgot. I need to give him his scarf. Alright, here you go, buddy. Alright, so this isn't especially telling, but we know his mother's name is Nadia now. And now he will join us after we finish this round. He'll be a permanent addition to my army. Alright, welcome aboard. Alright, let's grab the axe. I'm going to charge up Johann and point him in this direction. Let's hit that candelabra on the treasure box. And, oh, out popped out a coffee mug or something. Ooh. I grab that. Alright, let's do it again. The treasure box didn't open yet. Oh, and that frickin' blob's in the way. Alright. Johann's fully charged now, so if you notice up in the corner, there's a little box that appears. If I touch it and then lift the stylus, Johann's in ready status, so I can unleash his attack at any point now. And it sounds like a good idea to do it now, honestly. Alright. And grab whatever that thing is. Alright. If you've noticed, I've now landed 2 skill attacks, and the fog has lifted quite a bit. There's another indicator right here where the C is. You see how it's barely got any color to it at the bottom? So I'm not going to get very many gems when I hit enemies. I can switch to Law, and now I'll get a full regiment of gems if I land a blow. But I don't want to attack in Law because I have a Chaos Axe, so I'll have to go back. I won't get very many gems, but I really won't need it. I have 7, and that's going to be enough to kill these losers. I guess I'll point this way, and if I break these candelabras, I'll get some weapons, so why not? Alright, there you go. Grab some treats, yep, here's some weapons. And I killed that ghost, but if you remember, that ghost wasn't going to satisfy the conditions, so I got to kill the blob too, with pleasure. I actually killed the second blob, didn't I? Alright, kill these guys. Alright. Alright. So, in the bottom screen, let's let these guys talk first, I guess. Gloob. Alright, here's my, I guess, status of my rounds. If you see in the top screen that average line, I think that's my personal average for the rounds, not like a C average or whatever. It's not really that important. I'm not going to pay very much attention to it anyway. On the bottom screen you can see all the dudes I killed, so may they rest in peace. I was going to say, on the bottom screen when I got my score, it also listed the items I got. And there was a mug in there and something else. Those were key items for future rounds. Alright, let's move on. Alright, I'm glad you're joining, Johan. So, we just witnessed how Johan died, and I feel bad for the guy. I really like him. In the meantime, though, Jesus Christ, I finally made it to a fucking save point. Thank God. Oh my God, thank you. The save system in this game, I'm sorry to say, kind of sucks. When I started making these videos, I recorded my first one and then stopped because I figured there's enough information in that one that I could just move on to the next one. But I couldn't save, so I just left the DS in sleep mode. And then every time after that, when I would do a video, I'd panic because what if I flubbed it up and ruined it? What do? I can't go back to a save what do I do? You know, I guess I'd start over? I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna power through. I did it. I made it to this fucking save point. Thank God. Alright. Here we are on the item management screen. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have enough in my inventory now to justify showing you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some stuff off camera, but just be assured that all I'm gonna do is organize some stuff, stack some weapons that are the same type, and I'll dump some experience into Johan. Aside from that, you really don't need to worry about what else is going on for now. Alright, we're back. I've done what I wanted to do. It's time to move on, so I can exit setup. Do you want to exit? Yes, I do. And here's the other save point. So, these are the 2 times you're offered a save after a battle, and then after you fidget with your items. There's only 1 save file too. I wish it was a little more user-friendly. Alright, we are ready for the next battle. Let me take a few moments to state the obvious. The cutscene that was in the sepia tone, that was in the past. The cutscene that was in color, that's in the present. So what have we learned? We learned that the item that was stolen, the urn that contained the wisp, that was apparently being guarded because it held the king's soul. Okay. But they let it get through their fingers or whatever. The armored maiden stole it and ran off. So, the writing's on the wall here, "We are the dead king." We are the Wisp. Alright, I'm going to stop here, and this is going to be the format I think I'm going to do the rest of my videos. Typically it goes a battle, then a save point, then a cutscene, your inventory, then another cutscene, and then a battle. And I will basically record everything up until the start of the battle. I guess I should say the preparation screen. And then I'll stop there so that the next video will be going right into battle. That way, if you want to skip the story, then what you want will be at the very beginning of the video. Okay, we are making progress. We are on scene 2. There's still so much to cover on this game. I hope I'm not being too tedious with this, but I do want to get a good understanding for you guys before we go into the harder stages. It will start getting more fast and furious. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace out.